How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And today I'm going to show you guys 3 VPNs that are perfectly functioning in censorship heavy countries such as Russia or China. So before we begin, if you guys are interested in any of these VPNs, you'll find links to special deals and discounts in the description down below, as well as full reviews if you'd like to learn more about these VPNs. Now, recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a bill that will prohibit the use of virtual private networks in order to border their censorship efforts. Along with Russia, China has also taken a stringent stand against the use of VPNs. It has ordered the country's 3 telecom giants to restrict individuals from accessing VPNs, and it also had Apple remove 2 major VPN providers from the Chinese market to meet the new regulations. Now, I don't condone any illegal activity and encourage you to read your own local laws in order to make sure that everything you're doing is legal. However, there are still ways to access a VPN in restricted countries, and it is, of course, by using a VPN that is able to function in censorship-heavy countries. Now, what you can do with a NordVPN, for example, and private internet access, unlike Expressvpn, you could actually access Expressvpn through the Tor browser if you're in a censorship-heavy country. So there's no worries there. You don't have to use let's say, one of the free VPNs. Assuming that some of the free VPNs, you could find a free VPN, such as Proton VPN and Atlas VPN. That would be my recommendation for free VPNs. You could use these VPNs in order to access the website of NordVPN and private internet access, and then you'll be able to download NordVPN and private internet access. And just a heads up, the regular NordVPN application, which is the one I have right now, will not work in censorship-heavy countries. What you're going to need in a censorship-heavy country is, well, a version that is given to you by NordVPN themselves. They will email you that version of NordVPN, which looks exactly the same, has the same features, same server, same everything, but it will just be able to function in censorship-heavy countries. And again, as I stated earlier, if the private internet access or NordVPN websites are banned in your country and you don't want to use free VPNs in order to access these websites, because the free versions of free VPNs may not be as secure as Nord or private internet access, you can just go to the Tor version of Expressvpn. They have a Tor website, and you'll be able to download it from there without having to use another VPN. So there are a few ways to bypass VPN blocks. Of course, the best way is to just use a functional VPN, a VPN that is able to successfully bypass censorship firewalls, such as Expressvpn, NordVPN, and private internet access. You can run your own VPN server, but that requires IT knowledge. So I wouldn't really advise attempting it if you don't have any IT knowledge. You can use the Tor network. Of course, the Tor network is another way. You can just download the Tor browser for free, and you'll be able to bypass these censorship firewalls. Of course, I wouldn't recommend using the Tor browser without a VPN in the first place. So if the Expressvpn, for example, website is banned, you could just reach it through the Tor browser and then download Expressvpn from there. You could change port numbers, but here's the thing though, Expressvpn and NordVPN do not support port forwarding or changing ports or anything like that. You don't have that kind of options. But this is why I have private internet access. It's one of those VPNs that allow extensive customization when it comes to connection preferences here with your protocol. Of course, you have the WireGuard protocol, but if you want to change ports, because you've got TCP port 80 and TCP port 443, these are the 2 most favorite ports. You can definitely choose which port here. So here's 443 and 80. Now TCP port 80, this port is used by HTTP, which is the most widely used protocol for all internet traffic. If this port is blocked, then the entire internet can be blocked. So generally, this port is never stalled. However, it is easy for DPI techniques to identify VPN traffic that is using this port. And then you have TCP port 443, and all the VPN traffic on this port is routed through the TLS encryption. Since HTTPS secures all secured websites, The banking and e-commerce operation are based on it. If your VPN provider does not allow you to change port numbers, you can switch it with an easy edit in the OpenVPN. And thankfully, private internet access is one of those VPNs that allow you to change port numbers. Now, of course, this is just an extra option that you could do, with OpenVPN. Of course, these port numbers are only in TCP. In OpenVPN UDP, you have other port numbers. For the most part, private internet access will probably default you to 8080 or 53. These are the most used ports when it comes to UDP. And of course, with data encryption, you could increase the encryption up to AES 256 rather than AES 128. I usually put it at 128 because it's faster. And if you ask me, honestly, I would just use WireGuard. I'm not in a censorship heavy country, so you could try using WireGuard. And if WireGuard doesn't work, then you can go ahead and use OpenVPN, UDP, and TCP and try to switch around the ports. However, in Expressvpn, so I've already explained how you can get NordVPN to work. Of course, if the regular servers, even with the version of NordVPN that works in censorship-heavy countries, if the regular servers are not connecting or you're just not able to connect to them, you can use obfuscated servers, which will only work with OpenVPN TCP. And what we'll do here is, well, I usually use NordLynx. And if the NordLynx does not work or you're not able to connect to servers in a censorship-heavy country, just switch to OpenVPN TCP, go to Advanced, turn the obfuscated servers on. It will isolate these servers and you'll only have access to these obfuscated servers, which should be able to help you to bypass censorship firewalls. But more likely than not, you're not going to need the obfuscated servers here, and you can just stick to NordLynx. As long as you're using the version of NordVPN that works in censorship-heavy countries, which is provided by NordVPN, just ask NordVPN for that version through the live chat support, and they'll give it to you, they'll link it to you, or email it to you. Now, if you're looking to save time and you don't want to go through any of that, you don't want to change ports, you don't want to ask the VPN for a different version of that VPN, you can just go ahead and use Expressvpn, which is known to be one of the if not the most reliable VPN, especially in China. And it's also one of the only VPNs that has a website on the Tor browser. So they do have an Onion website. Yeah, assuming that NordVPN and private internet access websites are banned in your country, you can just download Expressvpn through the Onion browser rather than the regular browser where it could be banned. And of course, obfuscation is turned on by default. There's nothing you can turn on or off. All you need to do is download Expressvpn and it'll work right away no matter what country you're in. And with regards to security, it is one of the most secure VPNs out there. In 2017, the Turkish government, Turkey is of course one of the censorship-heavy countries. So in 2017, the Turkish government or authorities seized an Expressvpn server, and they were not able to extract anything out of Expressvpn thanks to their solid and a strict no-logs policy, a true no-logs policy, really. So that is, besides the independent audits that Expressvpn went through, which proved their no-logs policy, that is a real-life situation where the no-logs policy was put to the test. And, the integrity of the Expressvpn privacy policy was proven right then and there. So if you guys are interested in any of these VPNs, you'll find links to special deals and discounts in the description down below. And if you'd like to learn more about any of these VPNs, you'll find the full reviews in the description as well. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.